welcome. Okay, I'm saying it that way because seriously, I really don't know anymore what's going on. So I'm just going to talk about that. The theme here is the title. Our shadows taller than our souls. Now what this literally means in Led Zeppelin, and I speak Led Zeppelin, is that the things that are dark and that we fear are right now larger than reality. And if you walk on down any road with that existing, you're probably going to miss what you were supposed to see. That's kind of the theme here, but let me just first give you all a big, huge thank you. I got a lot more views this time, and honestly, this isn't about you agree with me and then you sign up, because I'm not trying. I love views, believe me, I love views, but this isn't to build my career, so I really appreciate it. I can't even take the TV analyst seriously anymore, and this is something I want to talk about because I get the feeling, what I hear the fans say almost sounds verbatim what they've said, and now I'm beginning to believe they don't just listen to each other, but that the fans have their favorite people, and they feel like somehow they're not identifying if they don't agree. You can watch hockey. It makes sense. Now, if you're not used to possession hockey, that might not make as much sense. But anytime you want, I will engage you in social media or here and explain it, okay? And during the summer, I'm going to go into it in more depth. The quote today is really the theme today. To be or not to be. That's from the most famous speech, maybe in all of Shakespeare. There's a few other lines that are big, but this is the whether it be nobler and the blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's Shakespeare, it's theater, it's not sports. If it was sports, he cut to the chase. You're either in or you're not, and this is based on two things. People who aren't, people who are not to be, they don't really want to win anything. They don't want to have freedom. They want a feeling of peace in their life. And I know that I was part of it, trying to make peace into some iconic idea. Peace is what you give everything away to get. It's a way of limiting your fear. When you act out of fear, you vote for nutcases, okay? That's the way it works. And you need to realize in your own mind that what you're seeing, be it on a hockey rink or in your daily life, you have to be. You have to make the choice for freedom. You have to say freedom is worth more to me than peace, and then make that negotiation individually. And that's really what the fans need to do. You need to decide. I mean, if you want to believe, don't feel like you're stupid. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's like, yeah, you know, I want to believe in the Leafs, but I know there's no chance. First of all, when it comes to Game 5, which is tonight, there's every chance, okay? It's the same chance we had in each of the games previous. Okay, let's get serious here. Chance is not a magic word. Chance is not abracadabra, okay? Chance is your chance to compete. I believe that we have a better than average chance to compete. And the thing is, you're missing something. And I wrote this as part of the metaphor. You're going to get so sick of it in the summer. But it's... let me see, I wrote it right down here. My own words, you know, I wrote them down. The Shakespeare I know, the words I wrote down. Blissful road of absolute faith. You are so lucky to be on a blissful road of absolute faith. If you're there where I am, that this team just needs to want it, they just need to buy in as much as I bought in, then, you know, we're all set. I ask you, if you're having doubts, to look at the fact that each game is individual. You don't necessarily lose a 7-game series because you lost Game 5. Although I will tell you, we're eliminated tonight. Everybody knows this. So it would be behesting Boston not to lose Game 5. This actually reduces their chances of winning, especially since we're going to find our swag on the road. And that's all it's about. Alabama, the football team, down there in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Nick Saban, all that crap, They were able to win the national championship when they just about had nothing going on that wasn't guessed. They had lost in the Iron Bowl, the last traditional game of the season, and they looked really, really, really vulnerable. After it was over, after they made a miracle comeback, took it to overtime, and won over a coach who knew every tactic that Nick Saban was going to use, Nick sat in front of the press and someone asked him, is it that your guys are good students? Is it that your guys follow the codes of the team? And he said one and only one factor. They bought in 100%. They didn't decide to guess or second guess or worry about anything they were instructed to do. Okay, in regular life, you got to be discerning. But in sports, once something's put forth to you as like the greatest thing ever, you've got to not worry about the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. You've got to arm against that sea of troubles and by opposing end them. That's what Shakespeare says. I'm not saying in any way that it couldn't be said in a way that would put less people feeling like they're being intellectually attacked. Honest to God, the people who came to Shakespeare, they made a hockey crowd look upper class and sophisticated. So, and I love the hockey crowds, lunch pail people. It's going to get less so, though, and it's unfortunate. But we're not going to talk about that. We're only going to talk about winning the next season, the second level. We played well enough in Game 4 to win almost any other regular season game. A laissez-faire attitude here, a lazy skate there, Zaitsev's indecision. We all know what we're talking about. But this is a game that doesn't have broken up roles. This is a game where there's not a guy who's responsible if the 4 other guys screw up. So stop looking at it that way. Yes, those mistakes were amplified because championship teams take what you give them when you're better than them. And that's how they stay champion. The Pittsburgh Penguins don't talk to me about defense. The Pittsburgh Penguins don't know the meaning of the word. And you can take advantage of that, but ultimately their understanding of the second season will allow them to be able to find ways to make you pay for your mistakes. Now, paying for your mistakes with the Boston Bruins needs to be classified as in hockey. And we have changed the nature of this whole series. It went from they're going to hurt us and we're going to try not to let them get it in our head. Guess what? We ended that. We stopped it. Didn't happen. Okay? So in Game 4, we didn't make the most of our chances. They did. They made everything out of them. So before you go pillaring Jake Gardner, and I swear, Jake Gardner, you're going to have to buy me a nice gift. I've been defending you all year, and I don't feel like it's a defense. I feel like I understand what's going on with this hockey team. Okay, I'm probably going to go a little short today. I'm just going to tell you the usual. Go Leafs, go, please. Do not doubt that this can be done. Last year, the Capitals thought they were getting a walkover, and do you see what happened to them? In many ways, we're in the same position. Okay? If we are like the Capitals and ask more of ourselves, we'll win. Although they did it in such a butt-hair way. Anyway, okay, go Leafs, go. Okay? Think it. Believe it. Don't worry about winning and losing. Play the best game you can, all of you, in front of that television. Play the best game you can. And I hope all the fans have wandered in, read something on Google, see a pretty picture, and say, well, now I'm a Maple Leaf fan, and now I see the odds. The odds don't change. They change for gamblers because they like to manipulate the emotional situation. Pure probabilities don't put us anywhere near out of this. So get with it. Okay? Hey, I just don't even know how to thank you enough again. So keep watching True to Blueprint, and I'll keep losing my voice during the playoffs, and I think they're going to continue to go on. It is kind of cool if you like it, but the other side of that is there's the other one. Anyway, not many people hit it. And also, please subscribe again, there's a bell there, and if you want to catch every one of these, hit it. If you want to just do this because you thought, she's a nice lady, I think I'll subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, don't hit the bell, okay? And then they'll just tell you a couple, and then they'll stop when you don't go there right away. All right. Let's go out there. Let's recognize that we don't win the big games on paper. And yeah, I'm predicting we win this one in 7. But if it gets to a game 7, we'll talk about those probabilities later. All right. I'll be back. I promise. No, more like try and stop me. Okay? I promise.